Hi, this is Deirdre with Happiness on Tour, and today we have Megan Bodnar, who's going to share tips with us on how your posture can improve every area of your life.
Absolutely. These are real quick tips, and this is something that everybody can do in just a couple of seconds to make a huge difference in their life and how they feel on a daily basis, too. So, really simple things. Your body is always trying to be in the correct position. It's constantly fighting against gravity. So your body always wants to keep your eyes on the horizon. You don't want to walk around like this all the time. So to keep your eyes here, it will contort your whole body to do that. So there are some simple things that you can do to try to keep yourself in the best possible position so you can get through your day. The first is the easiest, and that is simply to sit or stand up straight rather than hunching forward, bringing your neck forward. Bringing that up can get so much oxygen into those lungs. When you're not compressing that down, you can get so much oxygen into those lungs. Your mood is improved. There's so much that can just be very positive just about bringing your body upright. And you won't get that hunch in your back like the little old ladies.
And you just breathe better.
You breathe so much better. So that's the first one right off the bat. Simple. 2 seconds, done.
Okay.
The second one would be, and again, it's common sense, but everybody does it. They stick a phone or a wallet in their back pocket and they sit on it. Yes. And so you do that and you automatically throw your hips offline and you throw your whole body off kilter. Your hips are your base. They're your foundation. And if that's not sitting right, then nothing else can be nice and level and balanced.
And we all do. Well, I definitely do that.
Yeah, just tuck something in the back. Yeah. And if you're sitting on that for hours at a time, that's going to change how your body is level.
And even if it's a slight movement,
just that it can make a big difference. So wallet out of your back pocket, no phones in your back pocket, put it in a front pocket, put it in a coat pocket, doesn't matter, don't stick it in the back pocket.
Brilliant.
Makes a big difference. So the next thing that you can do, and this goes with kind of sitting up straight, when you are sitting at a desk or sitting in a chair, so many people, again, will slouch back down and try to get comfortable.
Yeah.
If you raise yourself up slightly, okay, and that means keeping your hips above your knees. You want there to be, let's see, you want there to be just a gentle slant. You don't want it to be crazy. But when your hips are above, when your knees are above your hips, that rounds the lower spine in a way that's not comfortable. But if your knees are below your hips, that actually puts that normal, natural curvature through the lower part of your spine.
You can feel it as I do it.
It's so much more comfortable.
My goodness, but it shows you that you're not doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So when you're sitting, and it's harder to do this in a car than if you're sitting in a chair. Yeah. And for tall people, it's really hard as well because you have to get the chair high.
The chairs aren't designed for them.
But there are ways that you can, either prop something up underneath you. There are ways to kind of elevate that. And obviously the chairs that adjust are the best for stuff like this as well. But in general, if you can keep those hips higher than the knees and have that little slant, that's what you're looking for. And it'll take away a lot of that low back pain.
A lot of pressure on the bottom of the back. Very good.
Now, one of the tips that I take on holiday is a tennis ball. I never go anywhere without my little tennis ball because if there are issues within the back, all of those little knots and crunchy bits that we get between our shoulders or even in the lower back sometimes, you can get in there with the tennis ball and help to work some of those out. Now, you look like a bear scratching yourself against a tree, but it works and it helps. Yeah. So what you can do, I'm going to have you turn just slightly.
Okay.
What you can do is take the tennis ball and put it over either the area right around the scapula, or sometimes you can go down into the lower part of the back. But if you lean up against a wall and just put a little bit of pressure in there, you can control how much pressure you put on.
Yes.
You can control where you put that ball.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you want to stay in the meaty areas. You don't want to go straight over the spine. You don't want to go over some of the knobbly bits like the bone because that's not working out the area that you want to work. You actually want to work into the muscle to help to break up some of that lactic acid and break up some of the
tension
the
or
tension
not.
in the tissues.
Yes.
Absolutely. So that's another one. I love my tennis ball. I always take it with me. And it's
Okay,
very,
that's a
very
really
helpful.
good, and you can do it yourself, so you're not relying on someone to do it for you.
Exactly. And I like, because some people will lay on the floor against the tennis ball.
Yeah.
And I don't like that because there's very little control that you have over the pressure. I would rather people do it up against a wall because if it's too intense, they can let go of that too. And nothing should hurt. If anything is too sore, stop what you're doing. That doesn't, don't go to the point.
That, yeah.
No.
It's not a pain pleasure thing.
Absolutely not. No, there's a balance. If it hurts, it hurts. Stop doing it. But you can find those knots and you can find the tension areas in there to help yourself to take that away then too.
Very good. Instead of it getting worse.
Exactly.
You can do something good.
Now, this is a big one.
Okay.
This is a big one. So many people, if they get any kind of pain, will run for heat.
Right.
Yes. They will put a hot pack on.
That's a no-no.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
If it's for muscle, heat is very good. Okay. So if it's achiness, if there's a muscle pain, that heat will settle down some of the muscle spasm and can be very positive. If it's inflammation, okay, so if you've heard something click or pop, or if there's heat coming off of something, so like if you rolled over your ankle and that swelled up, you throw ice on that. Okay. And so most people would know that for the ankle, but they wouldn't think of that for the back.
No,
they would automatically go for heat. Whereas a lot of times, if you've hurt yourself, ice is the best thing to do first.
Very good.
Now, when you're icing, you never want to stick it straight on your skin. You always want to have a little bit of a
barrier.
Yeah, either a t-shirt, tea towel, something like that. Okay. And you can put ice over the skin as long as you're not allergic to ice, because there are some people that are allergic to ice. It's very rare, but it happens. Yeah. But you can put that over for 20 minutes and let that really numb itself down. And once that does, you can take that off and let yourself heat up again for about an hour. But that helps to take away the swelling, it helps to take away the inflammation, and it helps you move better. And sometimes if you throw heat on it right away when it needs ice, it'll feel good while the heat's on, but when you take that off, you stiffen up and it's really sore again.
Yes, I've done that actually. Yes.
So for most of the time, if it's inflammation, if there's heat, if there's a sharpness, that would be ice. If it's more achiness or to the outside of the body, that would be heat.
Very good. Yeah. Thank you, Megan.
And finally, sleep, because so many people.
It's very important. Yes.
Well, sleep is essential for us not to go crazy in our daily lives. But so many people get very uncomfortable.
Honestly.
While they're sleeping. So there are some postural ways that you can sleep that are better than others.
Okay.
Sleeping on your stomach is not a really good thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Try not to sleep on your stomach, only because when you sleep on your stomach, you have to turn your head so you can breathe.
Okay.
And so you shorten these muscles and you stretch these muscles, and that's not what you want.
Right.
So if you can sleep either on your back or on your side, either one of those is perfectly fine. It's whatever you're more comfortable with. But if you're on your back, what you want to do is pop a little pillow underneath the knees.
Okay.
Just popping those knees up a tiny bit will help to alleviate some pressure on the lower back.
Okay.
Simple.
Yeah.
Simple stuff. Even if you roll up a bath towel
and just place it under your knees.
Slide it under the knees, and that little bit of pressure, or that little bit of movement, can take pressure off of the lower back then.
Very good.
Now, if you're on your side, because a lot of people that sleep on their stomach can't sleep on their back. Yeah. Okay. So if you sleep on your side, that's the most common position that people would sleep in. What you can do is, instead of throwing your hips around, you can tuck the duvet or tuck a small pillow between your knees.
Okay.
It keeps the hips nice and balanced. And it helps you from twisting in the middle of the night, and it takes the pressure off the knees as well. Okay. So it's very, very comfortable. So just like pregnant women. Everybody should sleep like a pregnant woman.
Now, I have to say.
Everybody should sleep like a pregnant woman.
All the time.
Tiny little, and it doesn't have to be very thick. It's just a very small cushion between the knees that'll take some of the pressure away. But also, while you're sleeping, you want enough pillow to kind of cover the distance between your shoulder and your neck, because if the pillow is too small, you're going to be
and if
crunched
it's
up
too much, you're
your
like that.
other side. So you want to be
Yeah.
as balanced, as in line as you can possibly be while
While
you're
you're
sleeping.
sleeping.
And just simple things like that can make your day so much better in general.
And if you have a good sleep, you wake up happy.
You wake up refreshed, you wake up rejuvenated, and you're ready to start your day.
Great. Megan, thank you so
No
much.
problem.
They were incredible tips,
Excellent.
honestly. And that's it for us today. And thank you so much to Megan for sharing those tips with us. And everyone else, have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I loved that one. Now we'll stop the thing now.